Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all great out there today. In this Decoding with Cody video, we're going to look into this album from 1979 that clearly depicts the Twin Towers, and it has a Trump connection. And we're going to make a few connections with our current period. Anyway, please like this video and share it, guys. I mean, I don't know what's more obvious than this, okay? And I'm going to show you by the numbers. I'm going to show you by the symbolism. It all fits. Okay. So let's jump into this. So first of all, big shout out to Luca or under Luska Russo on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. He brought my attention to this. And I know many other decoders have talked about this album cover before, but let's just look at it. The album cover is called Super Tramp. Okay. And it clearly depicts a woman holding a orange juice in front of the Twin Towers. Now, when you mirror this Twin Towers image and you zoom in and you mirror it, the P and the U clearly look like the numbers 9 and 11 standing over top of the Twin Towers with the orange juice there. You guys see what it's pretty obvious, right? And again, she's holding the menu. It says Breakfast in America, which is the name of the album, and the band is Supertramp. Okay. And just notice the orange juice. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But before we do that, let's just look at the basic connection here. Okay, the album is called Breakfast in America, okay, by Supertramp. Breakfast in America in standard gematria, B is the second letter, R is the 18th, E is the 5th. You add it all up. Breakfast in America sums to 156. And in mathematics, the number 911, like shown on the page on the cover over the towers, the number 911 is the 156th prime number. And the name of the album literally equals 156. And it clearly depicts 911 over the Twin Towers with an orange juice. Notice how she's holding it like the Statue of Liberty, like the liberties being taken away, our liberty to fly freely. Okay. And notice that in Francis Bacon gematria, Twin Towers equals 156. Again, 911 is the 156 prime. Okay? That's just the basic stuff. We're going to get into more stuff here in a sec. The next thing is this clear numerical riddle is the album was released. Well, there's two release dates. This is the release date that I saw when you type in release date, March 29th, 1979. From that day, the release of the Supertramp album with the 911 on it, to the actual 9/11, where the Twin Towers fell, it's exactly 22 years and 166 days. The reason that's an imperfect number is because 22 is the gematria of twins. And it's a twin number. 22 is two twos, like twins, two. Okay? Not only is it 22 years, it's 166 days. And in gematria, in basic simple gematria, T is the 20th letter, W is the 23rd, add them all up, Twin Towers, 166. So 22 years, like the twin twos, and 166 days, and Twin Towers equals 166. From this album that depicts this scenario to this day, okay, where the Twin Towers fell. And not only is the 166 lining up with 9/11, if you go from the album release to the bombing of the World Trade Center in 1993 on February 26th, that's 166 months. Okay, you see how it's perfect? 22 years, 166 days to 9/11, and it's in the 166 months from the release to the World Trade Center bombing. Okay, so both events have that 166 connection, and that's because Twin Towers equals 166. Okay, now this symbolism is pretty obvious, guys. I mean, think about this. The President of the United States during this event was in Florida on 9/11. This album depicts an orange juice in front of the Twin Towers, basically telling us where the president would be on 9/11. Many years, but remember, this came out in 1979. What is Florida known for? Florida orange juice. The president, this is telling us the president was going to be in the orange state on 9/11. Right here, he was in Sarasota, Florida, at Emma E. Booker Elementary, and he gets told about the event, and he's in Florida. His brother, the governor of Florida at the time, okay, like this twin, like his brother, right? And it's the orange state, and that's why they have the orange juice. And in gematria, you got to put in the 33 symbolism. Big shout out to Gematrinator85 on YouTube for showing me this one. Orange equals 33, juice equals 33, and the name of the album, Breakfast in America, equals 330. Drop the zero, you get the 33. And the president was in the orange state on 9/11. And this album cover literally shows us that. Okay? Do you see how just undeniable that is? What are the chances? It's an orange juice of all things. Now, this connects to Trump because Trump is based out of Florida. The president of the 9/11, George Bush, was born the same year of Trump. In fact, they were born 22 years apart. And I just told you that twins equals 22. And from the album Breakfast in America to the Twin Towers going down was 22 years. The two presidents were born in 1946, 22 years apart. On the day of the release of this album, Breakfast in America, George Bush was 11955, and 55 is a twin number, okay? 22 is a twin number, 55, 77, 88, they're all twin numbers. George Bush was 11955. So you have your 9/11 and your twin 55, okay? Now, Trump, because he's 22 days older, was 11977. And why was the 77 important? Because 77 is the flight that crashed into the Pentagon after it was in the air for 77 minutes on the 77th meridian. I mean, what in the world? How? That's on this album. When this released, showing this depiction of 9/11, the president who was during 9/11, he was 11955 on the day of this album released, and the other president, Trump, was 11977. And they were born 22 days apart, and twins equals 22. Not only that, this album came out on the 88th day of the year. Okay, and look at this. Trump is the orange man. Do you guys understand? Trump is in Florida, like Bush was in Florida during 9/11. Trump is considered the orange man because of his skin tone. The orange juice is being held up in front of the Twin Towers. And don't forget, guys, the name of the band is Supertramp. You replace one letter in the word tramp, you get Trump. Okay? Supertramp. But this is what brings it all together, guys. The name of the band literally equals Donald Trump in two of the four base ciphers, 48 and 60. Don't forget, we're coming up on the 60th election this year. But look, the name of the band equals Donald Trump. This album came out on the 88th day of the year. And the gematria for Orange Man equals 88 in the same cipher as Trump. I mean, what are you guys understanding? Like, no doubt, okay? The orange juice, like Trump is the orange man. Orange man equals 88, like Trump. The album came out on the 88th day of the year. That's the twin number. I mean, big shout out to Jurassic Liars also for his contributions to the twin symbolism with Elvis and Trump. That you guys will have to go check out his channel. But just craziness. Just craziness. Trump is so coded. And I'm going to show you even more. Oh, sorry, guys. I put the same thing here, but Trump equals Supertramp. Okay? That's the name of the band. Now, remember, the election, this ties into this year because the election this year, after this album release depicting 9/11, this album to this election this year with Trump and Kamala is 166 again, guys. Remember, I made a whole slide at the beginning about the number 166. And from this album release, March 29, 1979, to this election coming up, November 5th, is 166.59. And look at the gematria of Twin Towers. 166.59. Wow. And on top of that, recently, now you guys know I love to bring in wrestling, WWE. Recently, the WWE started promoting this group called the Terror Twins. The Terror Twins are professional wrestling mixed stable with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Look at this. The Terror Twins. In case you guys don't think that the 166 is important, the Terror Twins equals 166 like Twin Towers. And this guy, part of the Terror Twins, he's from New York, where this event happened. Okay? And again, I'm talking about this year because they might be setting up symbolism, for this, because we're since that album release, we're in the 166.59 days since that album, and the election is going to be perfectly synced with it. Now, what about the band Supertramp? Well, there was only one constant member in the history of this band. Other members were changing. The one constant member of this band was named Rick Davies. And Rick Davies equals 9/11 in Jewish gematria. And his band was the one who put out this album cover. Okay? His name, the way they type it, his real name is Richard, but he goes by Rick Davies. That equals 9/11, guys, in Jewish gematria. And last but not least, to bring it all together, Trump, right? Remember, I told you the orange juice in front of the towers represents Florida and oranges, and Trump, the orange man, and Rick Davies, the only constant member of the band Supertramp, equals 9/11. Rick Davies was born exactly 99 weeks before Trump. Okay, and 9 times 11 equals 99, and he has the gematria of 9/11. 9/11 equals 99. And remember, Trump had his commercial. In case you guys wonder if Trump's connected, Trump had a commercial with Serta with the two sheep standing on pedestals, and they both had the 9 and 11. Okay? And just to put it home, look at the spilling. This is the actual song cover. This isn't the album cover. This is the song cover for the song Breakfast in America. Because there's the album Breakfast in America and there's the song. This is the song. You see the orange juice spilling. The orange man, Trump, falling over. Is the Trump event going to be the next 9/11? The orange juice falling? But look at the lyrics for this song. I'm a winner, I'm a sinner. Do you want my autograph? I'm a loser, what a joker. I'm playing jokes upon you while there's nothing better to do. Oh my God. They're literally telling us they're playing jokes on us because there's nothing better to do. Anyways, guys, that's all I need to say in this video. Thank you again for watching. Please hit the like buttons. Please share this. I know people have covered this before, but I think this breakdown is going to add some new developments to all this. And please take care out there, and I will see you guys in the next video.